Good morning, guys. We are here in Kanto in southern Vietnam near the Mekong Delta, and we have a treat for you today. The reason I'm so tired is I took a night bus from Saigon. It's about 3.5–4 hours from the city out here to the Mekong Delta. The Mekong Delta is a super special region in Vietnam. It's a big agricultural region, but more importantly, the Mekong Delta is the area where the mighty Mekong that meanders all the way from China through Laos down through Cambodia and finishes in Vietnam dumps into the Pacific Ocean. So today I'm going to take you on a little tour of the Mekong. We're going to get picked up here in a second by some guy on a motorbike. He's going to take me to the pier here in Kanto, which is the largest city in the Mekong. We're then going to hop on a local boat to go visit a floating market, as well as see what other mysteries and awesome places that the Mekong holds. Come along. Woo! So here we are, guys. Oh, our lady's on the phone. We're on our chariot. This is we just met Miss Vic. She's on the phone. She's guiding us on our journey through the Mekong. I hope you guys can hear me. I know the motor might be loud. Pretty epic start. It's 7 in the morning. We got out a little later than we wanted to. Timing in Vietnam is sometimes challenging because you know, the closer you are to the equator, that means the more often you are to be late. So now we are on the way to the floating market, and check this stuff out. So as we make our way to the floating market, I want to tell you guys a little something about the Mekong Delta. So I said the Mekong Delta floats from China, goes through Laos, then to Cambodia, then to the southern part of Vietnam. The Mekong Delta itself is a really important economic region, not only for Vietnam, but actually the entirety of Asia. Vietnam is a net exporter of especially rice and other, I guess, food staples such as coconuts, and a lot of that comes from here in the Mekong. Something like 70% of Vietnam's rice production comes from this region. So what's the great part about Vietnam is it's a very self-sustaining agricultural country, and they also export a lot of food to the neighboring areas, including Cambodia, Laos, China, Japan, I'm sure, and the United States. We did a lot of projects in the Mekong, specifically when I was working for the World Wildlife Fund. That's basically the world's largest NGO to deal with environmental issues. So one issue in the Mekong is that Vietnam is one of the highest producers of plastic waste on the planet, and the Mekong is kind of like the funnel for all the plastic waste that comes not only from Vietnam but also Cambodia, Laos, and China. So we don't want Vietnam to become the dumping ground for all of this material. So there's lots of very interesting, innovative projects here in Vietnam to mitigate the plastic waste, but also to upcycle it and turn it into something new, something better. So if you guys haven't seen the Ocean Cleanup, it's a really cool NGO. It's founded by this guy in Netherlands, and they're doing amazing projects for basically taking plastics out of riverways so it doesn't make it into the ocean. So if you're more interested in that, maybe I can do a video on my life in the NGO. If you're interested in that, comment below and I'll make the video. For now, we are on the Mekong. We are floating to the market. Let's go eat some food. So we've been traveling about 40 minutes. Just been listening to some music, hanging out, and we're pulling up now to Cho Noi Cai Rang. I guess Cho Noi would probably mean floating market because Cho, I know, means market. I did a little research before I came here. This is one of the largest floating markets in Vietnam for sure, and definitely the most famous one here. in the Mekong Delta. And the floating markets are interesting. So people come from all over the Mekong Delta. They take their boats, they take their whatever they're trying to sell. So you can buy fruits, you can buy vegetables, you can buy meat. Literally, it's a market like on boats. But you can also buy a lot of prepared food. Actually, I saw online that people denote what they're selling by having like the object of what they're selling. So like if you're selling oranges, you'll have oranges tied to a stick on your boat, so people can see like what you're selling from a distance, which I think is pretty smart. You know, who needs a sign when you can just have a stick with some oranges? Anyways, we're about to pull in here, Cho Noi Cai Rang, and I'm very excited to see what kind of food we can show you in here. So apparently, as I pull up to this place, the way the system works here is we gotta find your seller, and they're gonna walk over to you just on their boat. They'll hop over, you'll pay them, they'll give you what you need, they'll go back to their boat and they'll float away. Commerce at its simplest, I do believe. So here you guys can see kind of the traditional housing they have here. There's some boats. And I think what's super crazy about Vietnam is people just like live on boats here. Well, Southeast Asia in general, there's these big boat communities where people just kind of like, you know, their house is literally like, it's like, I don't know, I guess a boathouse, houseboat. Houseboat? Houseboat. Super cool actually. And so I think maybe a lot of the sellers here also live on these houseboats. You guys can see here. Here we have a boat literally filled with a ton of pineapples. So as we're coming now into the floating market, you can really see all the amazing agricultural products that they have here in southern Vietnam. I've seen dragon fruit, I've seen tons of onions, I've seen tons of pumpkins, I've seen tons of pineapples, and we got a whole boat of potatoes over here. It's super impressive actually. Just the sheer amount of food they've got going on here. And it seems kind of like a wholesale market, so if you want to come buy like, there's some sort of root vegetable over here, or it might be taro root, so if you want to buy like I don't know, 10 kilos of taro root, this is definitely your market. Here you can see people are living on these boats, so they actually have their clothes hanging, they've got kind of like a living quarters. It's very impressive. All the boats have their own special colors. Here we go, here's some small coconuts, I believe. On the way over here, I saw something else that was quite interesting. They had gas stations, but in the water. So they had a boat set up with a petrol tank connected to it. And there's a lot of boat traffic here, obviously, so it made sense that there would be, you know, a fuel up station. So basically, you have everything you need in life on the water here. So pretty cool. Now we gotta find some people selling some food. I just hope it wasn't busier earlier, because the guy really sold me on the fact that it was the weekend, so there was 2 times in which it was busy. You can come kind of early, like at 6, and then you can come again at like 7. So we're here at like 7:30. Well, at least that's the time I got picked up. But I'm sure I'll find something tasty to show you guys. Doing this thing. You can see these boats. They have a lot of age on them. Who knows how long these have been out here. But it's pretty serious. Here we got a lady. We got some, I believe that's sweet potatoes. We got some watermelon. Not at all. Oh, some shorts. So while I've got you here, I want to talk quickly about the traditional Vietnamese hat, the pointy one with the round sides that they typically wear in rice fields. It's not like a gimmick, like people really wear them here. Obviously, you know, when you think of Vietnam, that's like one of the main symbols, but no, it's a really good protection from the sun. And you'll see the ladies, they'll have a mask all the way up, so Vietnamese people typically don't want to be too dark from the sun, cultural things, so they really, especially the women, they really like load up with the amount of gear that they wear. So sometimes you can only see the eyes. It's the only place they can get tan. And even there they plop on some serious like bleaching lotion. So very interesting to note.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. What do you have?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Hello.
What is this one? This one. I know I want this one.
Đây còn đó nè.
More.
Sầu riêng hạt lép cơm vàng 50.000 một ký bao ăn nè mấy chị ơi. Hai thôi xin đồ.
Okay. Alright, it's pretty crazy. I just got mobbed by a bunch of people. So, anyways, we've procured some noodle soup. Wow, my boat is really shaking. I don't know how you eat soup when it's shaking, especially one-handed. But first, I've got a treat for you. This is, I don't know, something wrapped up. Actually, we're gonna start with the soup. So here's the soup. Boat soup. Boat noodle soup. There it is. We've got some meatballs. We've got some sausage. We've got some nudes in there. So we got some beef. Give it a taste. Oh, it's super good. Yeah, this is actually something like you would get in Thailand. It's kind of like, really good. Super beefy broth. Sorry, in my face, there's just kind of hard to finagle this. And sweet, super beefy, really tasty. And you got the thin vermicelli rice noodles in there too. I'm gonna give that a shot. Let me show you guys this guy's stand. So he's got a big pot here. He's got a girl here. Hello, Xin Chao. And he's just got all his stuff there. Floats in. Super simple. We got some tourists. So this is 100% the most precarious bowl of soup I've probably ever eaten. The boat's moving. It's leaning. All right. Oh, we got our guy coming through. Here he goes. Oh, nice. Come on. Okay. Oh, he's sweating. Yeah, we've got, I think a fish just went in our boat. Anyways, precarious bowl of soup. Here it is so you guys can see it. It's really hot. I gotta keep it on my pants. Everyone's looking at me like I'm crazy. It's amazing. Anyways, pretty typical bowl of soup. Pretty good. It's a good way to start the morning. It's hot though, guys. It's really hot. But our homie here just put up the tent, which is awesome. You know, in its own way, this is not how all bowls of noodles should be enjoyed in Southeast Asia. You know, you can barely hold it, barely keep the liquid in there. You're spilling all over yourself. It's hot, it's uncomfortable, but it's just right. I really can't explain it, but it's just right. I said it's nong quai, super delicious. People laughed at me. And yeah, so we're gonna finish this bowl of soup. We're gonna go on to whatever the mystery package is. I think it's something to do with bananas and sticky rice. So you can see here they actually attach the boat to the cooking boat so we don't float away while we're getting our stuff. So the next thing we've got on our list is this strange, so that's cool, they steam it in, this is a leaf I haven't seen before, but anyways, we've got some beans in there, probably some banana if I had to guess too, and we got some sticky rice, so it should be sweet, but a bit savory. Oh, wow. We've got some red banana in here. We've got some really delicious things going on. It's really nice. It's very neutral flavored. The beans kind of don't add much, but they add this kind of, I don't know, umami background. And the texture is all pretty good. It's kind of slimy for the banana, but in a good way. It's a good snack. We're now officially out of the floating market. They didn't explain anything to me. I think we're going to a noodle factory, but there's not necessarily a way I can ask my guy where we're going. So we're gonna keep floating on. I have to say the food selection there, not the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I think maybe I'm here a little bit too late. So if you come, maybe come a little bit before like 7. But they still had a lot of stuff going on there. People coming, buying things. But yeah, market culture here is really early, like early in the in the day. So if you're here, like you can't come there. I mean, it's open till 10:30, but if you get there at 10, you're gonna miss all of the commerce. So basically fruits and vegetables they sell in general. Hello! Fruits and vegetables they sell basically just in the morning. So seems like now we're turning down a small canal. So here you guys can see the houses, and they're all on stilts here. Stilt houses. Like you can see right into people's kitchens. We're stopping here. I don't know what we're doing here, but we're stopping. Rice noodle workshop and garden. Let's see some rice noodles. I seem to have been dropped in it said rice noodle workshop, but I'm just seeing a store for souvenirs. Is there a rice noodle workshop?
Go this way.
Okay, yeah, amazing. How are you? Good?
Yeah, I'm good today.
All right, excellent. So here you guys can see, this is drying rice noodle in the sun. We got a whole situation going on. All right.
The many color you make from the vegetable. Yeah.
Different vegetables. Yeah? Okay.
And then the pandan leaf.
Pandan leaf.
Yeah,
Okay.
Carrot.
Carrot.
Yeah.
Pandan leaf. All right. Let's see what this guy's doing. All right.
Hello.
Xin chào anh.
Xin chào. You guys.
All right, we got some. Yeah. Okay. Some rice
Okay.
grains.
And the pink color is from the dragon fruit. Yeah.
Dragon fruit. Wow. So dragon fruit, carrot, pandan.
Purple leaf.
What leaf?
Purple.
Purple leaf. Purple leaf. Normal?
No.
Normal. And
Beetroot. Beetroot.
beetroot. Beetroot. Oh, super nice, man. This is what? Rice flour
Rice
and
flour
water.
and
Water.
tapioca.
And tapioca.
Yeah, water.
Okay. So they burn the rice flour hot, or the rice husks, and then here you get okay, that's super smart. Rice flour, tapioca, water, steam, dry.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, what is that?
We want to try make.
What is it?
I put out the rice paper.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No. Hello.
Where do I go? Okay. And then you roll it out the opposite way.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Uh huh. Oh, it's hot. Uh huh. And then you roll like this. Okay. All right. Boom. Just like that. Come on. Okay. Oh, now I'm working. They got me working here. It's like super sticky. I have a food YouTube. This is why I do this. Having
No.
fun. All right.
Okay. Okay. No.
All right. Turn. And. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, it's really hot. Turn. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
It's a great
you.
experience. Okay. I give this back to you. You're the master. Thank you.
We have the rice paper.
Oh, okay.
Rice noodle paper.
Can I hold?
Yeah.
It's thick.
Look like
Thick and it's hard. Yeah.
Look like the plastic.
Yeah, kinda. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
And then from there they just cut it into strips.
Put it.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow. Okay.
Yes, sir. Oh.
All right.
So easy.
So easy, so much fun. Oh, I missed some. All right. I did not do good that time. It's weird when it's like this. It's really like noodle-like, but before it's really like plastic, you know? All right. Amazing. I want to buy some. Okay. Come on.
Cảm ơn.
You're the man. Okay. Rice noodle pizza.
yeah.
Okay. There's one. Oh yeah, a little chili sauce.
Yeah, chili sauce.
Nice.
With chili sauce.
All right, so this is fresh fried rice noodle with some sweet chili sauce. It's about as good as it gets. Super crispy, kind of tastes like a potato chip. It's like potato chips. When you're in Kanto, come to the rice noodle factory. Oh, good though. Thank you.
Thank you.
Where's my uncle? There he is. You ready, uncle? Good to go? Okay. All right, I have to say, I really don't like tourist things, but that was awesome. It's really nice. I think it's cool because probably there's no tourists now, so you can actually do it and you don't feel like a gimmick. But you know, like letting you touch the process a little bit and understand it a little bit more, even though they didn't explain too much. That was really nice. I really enjoyed that. Actually, and the fried rice noodle was, yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. So I don't know where we're going next, but can't wait to take you. This is the floating gas station that I was describing earlier. Here we are. Time to fuel up. Time to gas up. All right, so a little recap. I just made it off the boat. It's about 40 minutes from the central pier in Kanto to the market. Don't buy a tour online. You can just either, when you get to a hostel or a hotel here, they can call someone for you, or you can go to the pier and find. Hello. That's okay. I just got off the boat. So, anyways, as I was saying, you can find boats. They'll come take you. I paid 400,000 for, I don't know, 2.5 hours on the boat. They picked me up at 6:45. It's now 9:30, 9:40. Yeah, 3 good hours. You go to the market. You guys saw that. You go to the rice noodle factory. I think you can add some fruit exploration or something. Kind of a long ride, but it was okay. It was very nice, very calm. I fell asleep. Right now, behind me is a massive statue of Ho Chi Minh. You know, you gotta know who's boss here, and Ho Chi Minh is definitely the man in charge. So there's a really famous temple we're gonna pop into, take a look at real quick, and then I wanna show you one last food to see if I can find it. It's called Nem Nong Cai Rang, and Nem Nong Cai Rang is the one of the most popular dishes you can get here. It's grilled meatballs with stuff. So we'll see if we can find it. If not, we'll walk around Kanto. I'll show you a little bit of what's going on here. Come along. I'm sure a lot of you know that it's a very communist thing to have big statues of your revered leaders, but honestly, there's no one more loved in Vietnam than Uncle Ho, at least amongst the Northerners. I know a lot of Southerners like it too. I was asking what the Vietnam hat was called, and they said it was the Uncle Ho hat. Uncle Ho. All right, so I think this is the temple. Let's see if it's open. On Google Maps, they describe this next temple as ornate and venerable. It looks quite ornate. We'll determine if it's venerable or not. So this is the name of the temple, Chua Ong, 1896. And here you can see a really interesting clay scene. It is ornate. Definitely is. Ornate, definitely. Venerable, maybe. I'll give it a venerable status. Not too sure about the venerability. Is that a word? Venerability? But one thing about the Chinese style temples that it's not my favorite, is that it's very, very smoky inside. And so it kind of like tastes like I just smoked a cigarette, honestly, because they burn incense like crazy in there. Because every time you go to a Buddhist temple, you burn incense to honor your family, which is quite cool. So let's go explore Kanto. Now I'm standing in the central district of Kanto, basically. There seem to be a lot of different places, and I saw the food part was in an area called Dien Huang, which is about 7 miles from here. So we're gonna do what we can on foot. But behind me is Cho Kanto, so the central market of Kanto. Every city here is a central market. This one seems a little bit more touristy, quite new, it looks quite nice, and there's a beautiful old French colonial building. Take a look. I'm in the market now. So Kanto is the 4th largest city in Vietnam, and it's a big tourist spot because most trips people go to Saigon. They come down here for a day or two. So here you can see the impact still from COVID. So some shops are open. I'm okay, thank you. There's a big impact from COVID here, and while the country is really normal, everything is normal, it's still not normal for the people who work in the tourism industry. So I try as much as I can to support local businesses and trying to eat out as much as I can and trying to buy stuff from people. But really, it's a huge portion of the economy of Vietnam. So it's a bit dire straits right now. Vietnam doesn't know what to do. Do they open the borders? Do they risk getting COVID? Or do they let a huge chunk of their population enter bankruptcy? A lot of hotels, like I was working with my friend Lee last week, and a lot of these people can't pay their mortgage or can't pay their rent. It's a big problem for entrepreneurs and business owners. So we'll see what happens. So as I'm coming through another market, sometimes I just think the scale of commerce in Vietnam is absolutely insane. There is so much stuff being sold here at pretty much all times. So I just went to a floating market, I walked through the main market, and now I'm in another wet market. And just the amount of stuff they got here, very impressive, very, very impressive. I mean, look at this. It's truly astounding, the absolute diversity of things that they have here. I mean, all of this is coming locally, probably, at least the majority of it. Fresh market, it's obviously Saturday, so it's extra busy, but I mean, the beautiful vegetables, the beautiful fruits, I mean, what we even saw, what we saw at the floating market, I mean, this is really to the full extent of what the agricultural economy here in Vietnam is about. And I've been to very few markets with such a bounty of different things. Super, super impressive. I wasn't really planning to show you guys a market, but they just pop out of nowhere, and super incredible stuff. So now we're on the hunt for some lunch. We're gonna finish the video there. I wanna find something super local, some seafood, or the special thing that I said earlier, which is Nem Nong Cai Rang. So sometimes you can duck into these little alleys, and they like to organize the cities here kind of like by what do you sell. So this is the auto mechanic section. So if you need something mechanical, if you need something mechanical, this is definitely the place in the city where you go to find it. It's always weird because it's kind of the anti-notion of capitalism. Why would you sell the same thing as the person next to you for the same price? It is not really like an incentive to, make money. There's nothing particularly special about the service that you have, but they don't really care. They seem to do it anyway. They seem to just figure it out. So maybe we'll learn something from that. I don't know. We're at the last stop of the day. This is a place that's serving something called Bon Hoi. I'm not sure if this is typical for Kanto, but it is something that's kind of particular that you don't typically find in Vietnam too often. And I'm gonna break it down for you. So, we were looking for Nem Nong, which is the grilled meatballs. I got something different here. This is, it looks like there's rolls of pork with fat on the inside, so it kind of like keeps it nice and juicy, and they chopped it up with peanuts and some scallions. Super delicious. So I think you just kind of eat it piece by piece. And then the interesting thing is the Bon Hoi. So what it basically is, I'm not sure you guys can see it, but I'll just hold it with my hands. It's okay. It's basically vermicelli rice noodles that are woven together into like a little thing. So this kind of reminds me of injera from Ethiopian food. And so you kind of take this, obviously you don't use your hands, like Vietnamese people would slap me probably. You add some veggies to it, so they have like basil, you got lettuce, you got some sort of mystery veggie, I don't know what this is, I think it's a fruit actually, and then you roll the pork inside and then you have these little pork rolls, and then they serve it with this, it's like a peanut sauce with a little bit of the shrimp paste. Shrimp paste, you may love it, you may hate it, but I particularly don't like it. I love to hate it and I hate to love it, if that makes sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a roll here. We're gonna take one of our grilled meats. We're gonna take the bon hoi. We're gonna, I don't know how these people do it without using their hands, but I'm just gonna go with my hands. So here we go. You guys can see we got a little basket. We're gonna give it a dip. And there you go. There's so much going on there texturally and flavor-wise. So super fresh with the basil. This is interesting because they have this basically just chewy piece of fat on the inside. Typically I try to eat around it because I try to eat a little bit healthier. But when you roll it up within the kind of this injera, I'll call it injera substance, or the bon hoi, it makes this kind of nice like pocket where it's chewy. You get the crunch, like this fresh crunch, and then the sauce here, this particular sauce is very salty, peanutty, and then this odd finish with a little shrimp. So this is bon hoi. I'm going to absolutely destroy this because I'm really hungry. If you liked the video and you liked today's video on Kanto, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for sure. Videos coming 2 times every week, Wednesday and Saturday. We film and then we try to get them out as soon as possible. So next up is coming is Pleiku. Can't wait to share it with you. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And come explore with me, guys. So cheers, have a good day, stay safe, and have a good one.